Alright, my brothers and sisters, I am the Reverend Point Blank, and welcome to We Just Chillin' Radio, where beats meets news bites and interviews sizzle. Tune in for the latest jams, upcoming interviews, and hot topics heating up the airways. Stay cool with us, because here, just chilling isn't just a vibe, it's a lifestyle. Alright, see, I do have an opinion about this, but I'm going to leave it up to you. I've been to Hollywood, I've been around the world, and one thing I don't tolerate is bullshit. So listen to this and tell me what you think. Give me your opinion. Before we start, I want to let you know we do have two separate laws in this country, and you can decide for yourself, but this shit is ridiculous.
Hunter Biden's federal gun trial resumes in Delaware later this morning, a day after some of the most emotionally charged testimony so far. Hallie Biden, the widow of Hunter Biden's brother Beau, testified yesterday, describing to the jury the dark years after her husband died of brain cancer in 2015. Hallie, who had a relationship with Hunter following her late husband's death, described how she started using drugs after Hunter introduced them to her, and how Hunter was sometimes in denial about his own addiction. She also testified about finding his gun in his car. Prosecutors are expected to rest their case today. The defense says it may call 2 or 3 witnesses, but Hunter Biden's defense attorney says the team has not yet decided if Hunter will testify in his own defense. Hunter Biden faces felony charges over whether he lied on a federal gun form in 2018 that asked if he was addicted to drugs. He has pleaded not guilty. Meanwhile, President Biden is reiterating he will not pardon his son Hunter if he is convicted in that federal gun trial.
As we sit here in Normandy, your son Hunter is on trial, and I know that you cannot speak about an ongoing federal prosecution. But let me ask you...
See, that's my problem. If you're guilty, your ass is guilty. You need to admit it, accept the responsibility, and pay the goddamn crime. Well, what you want to do is to rely on your lawyers to bring in some bullshit, some justice shit that's going to try to relieve your ass, but calm as a bitch.
Will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
Pretty clear there, Gene Robinson, and a significant moment. We should stop there, because this is a president of the United States talking about his own son, saying he will accept the verdict no matter what it is, and that he has ruled out pardoning his own son. Contrast that from what we hear from Donald Trump and everybody around him, who says if anything cuts against him, the system is rigged, it is weaponized, it is an effort by President Biden himself to put Donald Trump in jail during the presidential year. That bite should not be extraordinary from President Biden, but in our times it is, and important.
It is important. Remember, Donald Trump has promised to pardon the January 6th rioters, the January 6th insurrectionists, and President Biden has promised not to pardon his own son. This is a tragedy, really, a story that is familiar, I think, to far too many families across this country. A story of addiction and the sort of spiral and that doesn't seem to have a bottom at times. It was really, really wrenching yesterday, the testimony by Hallie Biden, and it doesn't take away the alleged crime that Hunter Biden committed by any stretch of the imagination. But I do think that people maybe understand this on human terms, and he will take the consequences, whatever those are. But this is a story that's, as I said, is just too familiar to far too many families.
Well, let me tell you this. One thing's for sure, that the truth always come back true. If you plant apple seeds, you can't expect oranges, you can't expect bananas, you can't expect carrots. If your ass lie, you gonna get a whole fucking tree of fruit, and the seeds are gonna be multiplicative. Listen to this shit. You already know what it is, but okay. I'm gonna play it for you anyway.
The feds just got everything together so they could go take down P. Diddy. When they went and did the raid, Gene Deal showed them exactly. He told them where the camera room was and everything. They found the VHS tapes of when Cassie used to live there, and this is what they used as the main evidence. This was Exhibit A, and this is what's going to get the justice for him, man, because now that the witnesses has came forward, the accusers, it all matches up on the story. Whatever Aaliyah was saying, whatever Cassie was saying, and everybody, it matches up exactly what the footage shows, that Diddy, he was treating them all wrong, man. I want everybody to know we're trying to get the actual justice for Tupac, Kim Porter, Aaliyah, Heavy D, and everybody that's been affected by this, man. After, like, Columbus Short spoke out, and Kevin Hart and Mike Tyson, 50 Cent knows for a fact that everybody's coming for Diddy right now because he messed up. He took this way too far, man. He could have stopped a long time ago. He didn't have to be like this the whole entire time, man. But you got to understand that the envy, the jealousy, the greed, he wanted to have a lot more money. He wanted to have more control than 50 Cent. He wanted to be bigger than Tupac and Biggie. This is why Tupac and Biggie got hit up. It was pretty much like a lot of fingers pointing back to P. Diddy when they really looked at who sent the money for the hits, who's the one that called the shots, who's the one that was organizing all the events. Bad Boys, they set everything up, man, and this is why the RICO is coming soon. That's why Cassie, her law team, all the accusers, they came together and said this is the perfect time to go after P. Diddy because the feds are already looking at him. NYPD has an investigation on him right now. They're trying to figure out his role and his involvement with Tupac. Keefe D already told on him. Once they figure, if Von Zip was here, he would have already told on Diddy, man. But since Von Zip isn't here and he's the one that took the $1 million check from Diddy's associates to go and pay Keefe D. Keefe D didn't get paid the money, but he still told the feds that P. Diddy was the one who was supposed to pay for it. He wrote the check, gave it to the middleman, and the middleman guy ran off with it. This is what Keefe D said to get out from doing more time because they brought him in and said that you have to tell us the whole Tupac story. They gave him the proffer agreement, and that gave him the green light. He said, you know what? If he's going to try to get himself out this situation, he might as well just blame it all on P. Diddy because P. Diddy was the mastermind. Like, they didn't want to take Tupac out themselves. They didn't really have a problem with Tupac, except the fact that once they say, yeah, we give you $1 million to take him out, that's what Diddy told him on the phone with Von Zip and Gene Deal standing right there. Gene Deal, he's definitely going to take the stand because he don't like Diddy no more. Diddy's like ripped him off. He did something to where Diddy and his own security guard not even cool no more. And that's a bad look on Diddy because his security guard knows every single thing about him, all the victims, where the evidence is hidden. They found the tapes, y'all. They found the cassette and VHS tapes to the old security footage that Diddy used to have around his house. And once they went in there, like the mansion that he has, it has storage units, it has storage rooms. So when they went in there, they found the stuff from the 2000s and the 90s. They found the garbage bag full of Cassie's old clothes. They found her nails, and they've even seen the things that was broken. Like whenever Cassie tried to get out, they saw all of the little things that P. Diddy used to block her in, to lock her in the room and everything like that. And so this is a long time coming because they should have gotten justice and saved her a lot earlier from this. But the ball got rolling basically when Keefe D, he got taken down for the Tupac, and he says he ain't going down like that. And basically he told Diddy in them interviews he should have showed some love and helped the brother out and gave him the $1 million anyways, even though the dude ran off with it. He paid to have them hit up Tupac, but they never got the money. This is the main reason why Keefe D, after all these years, is coming back out, and he's not afraid to throw Diddy under the bus because he felt like Diddy scammed him. He felt like he actually got some sort of trickery going on, that he got finessed because they went and actually did a drill on Tupac. They took the rental car. Keefe D got it in his name. They went and got the rental car painted. They got it all. And the shell casings, they had to literally search through the whole thing. When the detail shop found the shell casing still jammed up underneath the seat's track, Keefe D had to go and pay him off to keep quiet, man. This is why he's been able to be free this whole entire time for 27 years. But now, when everything hits the fan and he gets taken down for this, knowing that he was the only guy that's left from that white car, and he's been telling all of the actual stories over and over again on Vlad. He wrote a book. He literally said to everybody that Diddy paid him to take out Tupac for $1 million. $1 million is a lot of money, especially in 1997. That's like $10 million now, man, with inflation and everything. And people got to understand that once they started cracking that down, they knew for the fact that they was going to get justice. If you guys want to get justice for everybody, comment 222 in the comment section. If you want to get justice for Tupac, Kim Porter, Aaliyah, if you support the victims, let me know what you think about Diddy, because at the end of the day, they know for a fact that the time is coming down and it's crunch time. Diddy, he don't have a lot of time to get this all prepared and like fight against it. This is why everything happens so quick. First it was the Keefe D, then it was the Cassie, then it was the next person and the next person. And after all this happens, they're still going to come back for Diddy to get him for taking out Biggie Smalls, man. They're going to solve that case too. And this all leads back to the fact that he basically tricked the whole community into supporting Diddy, man. If everybody knew how Diddy really was, they wouldn't have been listening to him. They wouldn't have been rocking with Bad Boys. That New York would not have put him on like that. And so now that people realize it, the companies that Diddy was working with, they started dropping him from everything, man. Like, basically, they took all the designer stores, all the high-end fashion stores. They dropped Diddy. No more Sean John. You can't buy it there no more. You can't go to places like Macy's and get Sean John no more because they cut ties with him. They don't want to be known for paying the dude and making money with the dude who did all of this stuff to the people. So this is why Diddy, he ruined his whole reputation. He ruined his whole, like, everything that he got from this benefits, all the stuff that he dreamed about now is down the drain because of the simple fact that he couldn't just be a normal person. He couldn't control his emotions, his issues, and all of the stuff that he was trying to get people into joining things that they didn't want to do. And the karma just comes back on it because you know for a fact that all these people didn't do anything to Diddy. They didn't have no issues. They never tried to do what he did to them. They would never do that to him. They wouldn't wish that on their worst enemies. And this is why the karma's coming back, because Tupac was a good person. Aaliyah was a good person. Kim Porter and Heavy D, they were good people. And it's just the fact that Diddy, he had his hands to play, and a lot of the stuff that went on from the 90s and the 2000s. And now everybody's talking about it. They're saying that Diddy's responsible for like all of the Bad Boys people getting taken out. And it's like they're not here to tell their side of the story. So when we hear Diddy's side of the story, it's all bad because now you got all these people saying, you know what, don't believe Diddy because now we got a 10th accuser. We got another person. We got allegations coming out from over 10 different people. And he paid the $30 million to Cassie. He paid another $10 million to somebody else. He paid the $1 million to Howard University when things went down over there. All of the different parties, all of the other artists, even the dudes like Jadakiss, the people from the Diplomats and all that, like Cameron, Melissa Ford, they all know what's really going on, man, especially all them people in New York. The real sources out of New York, they told us exactly everything that happened. Nobody's messing with Diddy no more, man. This is why 50 Cent, he's trying to buy a revolt from him. He's trying to buy Sean John. He's buying Bad Boys for $50 million, and it's all going to get sold to 50 Cent because he's the next popping person in New York with that kind of money to actually grab that. That's even interested, man. And so when you really look at it, man, 50 Cent, he's trying to work for the people. He's trying to give back all the millions that all of the Diddy victims lost from them having to part ways with Bad Boys and lose their jobs and everything like that, man. Diddy, he messed up because now 50 Cent, he's on his trail. Like, he's right behind him. He's trying to troll him. Anytime that the news comes out, 50 Cent, he's resharing it and posting it. He wants to let the world know that Diddy messed up, and the beef that Diddy and 50 Cent had is clearly they had some sort of issues. They used to know each other. They both from New York and everything like that. But a lot of people said that Diddy, he don't know how to move right because of the fact that he's not from Harlem. He kept them security tapes still in his house, the ADT footage. And that's what got him caught up, because when they came to search his whole entire like compound and mansion from where Cassie was staying, they found more than that. They found all of the stuff from the other people, from the other relationships that Diddy had, from Jennifer Lopez. That's why J-Lo, she left so quick. She went in that storage room and she seen all of the things that Diddy was using to like keep people locked up in the chambers and everything. And she didn't want to end up like that. She didn't want to be the next Diddy victim. So she had to literally get out of there and be so low key to not let any like alarms off or set any red flags that would make Diddy think that she was trying to get away from him. This was a whole tactical, strategic plan that J-Lo had to do to be able to get out of that situation. And that's when she told Kimora Lee Simmons, this is how you got to do it in order for you to get away from Diddy, because he's gonna try to do you like he did Cassie, and Cassie never deserved that, man. Tupac never deserved that, and they need the justice more than anything, man. And at the end of the day, the families, I want to send my condolences to all of the families that have been affected by P. Diddy. It's a sad situation when you look at it, but we got to stick together, man. Us people, like the community, is looking at it and we taking it serious, because this is one of our own people, man. Diddy, he was raised by the community. Like, we was the ones that was really like actually out there listening to hip hop and rap music when it was coming out in the 90s, in the golden era. And to think that we were supporting all of these people, but Diddy was behind the scenes controlling everything. It could have been a lot better had they not all been basically victimized by Diddy, and they were all scared. Like, they would have been more creative, they would have made more music and things like that. It was a lot of songs that they made that Diddy never released because he didn't like it, but the world would have liked it and everything. And so now it was a lot of opportunities that they lost because they were sticking around Diddy, and they thought that since he was the boss and was paying their bills, that they had to stay loyal to him. They couldn't talk about all the issues that were going on. Nobody wanted to bring the issues out of the tight-knit group and into the mainstream forefront. And now that it's coming out, and everything that was done in the dark is coming to the light now, and people are starting to realize that you can't trust nobody. You got to be careful, especially with these celebrities. Everybody got their own ulterior motive. The celebrities, they be going online, they be going in front of the camera, trying to make it seem like they're this such great, like, popular people, and that they're so historic and that legendary and all this. They act like they immortal. They act like something bigger than they really are, man. And then at the end of the day, behind closed doors, when the truth comes out, man, they was doing a lot of things that were wrong. They were wrong for that. They was doing dirty deeds and basically things that they was like, they would say don't do this, but then they will actually get caught doing it. It's the craziest thing, man. This is why you can't trust nobody. And at the end of the day, all the people that, like, you know, got affected by Diddy, we feel for them. We want to send our condolences, but we know that they got to get justice for the people that they need to get justice for. And that's Tupac, Aaliyah, Heavy D, Biggie, and Kim Porter, and so on and so forth.
Okay, well, you heard it here first. Well, maybe second, but you reap what you sow. God said it a long time ago in many different religions and many different Bibles. So I just suggest that right now, we know what's going on in the world. Let's just sit back, relax, and just chill with some We Just Chillin' Radio.